Good morning, Pam. This is Kazoo. 8 weeks old yesterday. Went down a little bit in weight this morning from yesterday. I think it's, she's been flapping a little bit, not a whole lot. So I think it's probably because of that. This is the normal time for them to start going down. Usually they go down before this, though, a little bit, maybe a week. And she only lost 12 grams from 1128 down to 1116. So that's, it's, in the grand scheme of things, it's not much at all. We look for them to lose about 10% of their total weight when they're losing weight for flying. But she's in the big cage now. Haven't seen her on the perch. In another week we'll start putting her on the little perch over here that's real low. And then when she starts climbing up, which will be shortly after she learns how to stand on that, and she'll be going up to the big one to try to get to that toy, which is a universal favorite with macaws. There's all kinds of things for them to chew on and play with, and it's probably good for another 2 or 3 macaws. Just 8, sweetie. No food in my hand. She's playing with the toys quite a bit, so we've started moving them around. They're in the little toy box now, we call it. She was sleeping in that. She would crawl into it as much of herself as she could get in there, which wasn't really a whole lot. But we put toys in it, and in a couple of hours, she's not going to do it with me having this camera right here, obviously, but as soon as she is comfortable, then she will start getting them out, and usually in a couple hours they're spread all over the cage where she's been playing with them. There's about 6 things in there. So anyway, she's doing real good. Her feathering is wonderful. She's probably 2/3 feathered now. At least the pins have opened. The feathers aren't all the way in, of course, and she's got a couple of feet to go on her tail, literally. It's still pretty little. Come over here, sweetie. Come here and show Mama your tail. There we go. It's only about 4 inches long now. So she still doesn't have many feathers underneath, which is where we have to get them, right under here on her belly for sexing. That's where there's always a follicle attached when you pull it. And they don't even feel that. It's not even like pulling your hair out. I don't understand why, but they don't even flinch when we do it. She's had her second polyomavirus vaccination, her booster. That was Monday. So in another couple of weeks she'll be fully protected. 3 weeks after the booster is when they're fully protected from polyomavirus. So for that reason, Mr. Chuck will have to stay home this weekend at for the show. We won't be taking her with us. No, I know. She's still sleeping a lot, in the mornings mostly. In the afternoon she's awake a lot. So hopefully the videos, I don't usually start taking videos as early as I did with Kazoo, but I don't even really know why I did, but I don't remember why I did, but we usually start taking them once they get real active, and of course she isn't yet. Again, she was 8 weeks yesterday, so she's about a month away from being ready to go home. Right at about 12 weeks is when they just, it's like a switch turning off. They just don't want that formula anymore. So we like to keep them a little bit after they wean, because sometimes they regress if we ship them right when they wean, say 3 days of refusal. But since this baby is going to Connecticut, for those of you who aren't Pam, and the weather, is pretty iffy the later in the year that we wait, and a month from now is getting pretty much well into fall, very close to winter. So we will probably add to the pellets and treat that we send. We'll add a small bag of not weaning, but hand feeding formula. Pam is also experienced at hand feeding macaws, so we'll send that along in case she regresses, because sometimes they do. And then what we can do, if she doesn't beg for formula again after she transitions from our house to Pam's, then what we can do is, or what Pam can do, is sprinkle the hand feeding formula onto the soft food. It just adds a little bit of protein, a little bit of fat. Excuse me. Are you going to sleepy? Are you going sleepy already? Come here and move around a little bit for your mom. Come on. Can you see? Can you see me? It's got pretty color. Beautiful, beautiful color. You're getting over there to your pillow. I know. You can go to sleep. Come here and turn around. Come on and see me. Come on. Tickle, tickle, tickle. What a sweet girl. There's no food in there, I promise. There's no food. Okay, we'll get this uploaded and I'll see you. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye, Mom. She's precious.